This place sucks. Hi Scorpio, welcome to your general reading for August 2017. I've already shuffled the cards and laid them and read them off camera because I get nervous, so now I'm going to tell you what I read. There's very much a continuation from last month of this self-assuredness and self-involvement, I guess, and sort of an element. What I'm seeing is that are three kind of major themes. One of them is sort of having to do with building something, with really like putting your nose to the grindstone or whatever, really putting in work, right? Oh god. Oh shit. Okay, anyways. Yeah, putting in work, really trying to make something happen, right? In the physical sense. And then also on the flip side, this very sort of internal, emotional, dreamlike, very much like last month, non-realistic, sort of lost in your fantasies kind of thing. So they're, it's sort of energies that don't necessarily always go together, but they're sort of in tandem, I'm seeing here. I can't get my table right. And then the third energy is more having to do with your reactions to the outside world, maybe based on your just being overwhelmed, or being sort of busy, being kind of just busy, overwhelmed with both of those things that I just mentioned. Is this sort of reactionary thing, the classic sort of Scorpio tail. What is it? Spine tail? I don't know what they call that. Whatever. The classic Scorpio like sting, right? Sort of a nitpickiness, maybe a bitchiness, or a how do I word this? Just a lashing out kind of, maybe towards those around you, and it's just because it's a very, very self-involved kind of energy for you. There's almost not time to really consider other people, I guess, sort of, because you're so focused. You're focused on what you're doing in the present tense in your physical world, and then also focused on this in this like dreamscape, right? Yeah, and those two things may be sort of working together too. Maybe it may be that you're getting some information. Information is kind of flowing back and forth between those two places, between your sort of the physical realm and then also like the spiritual, psycho-spiritual realm, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna clean these up once again, do another spread, come back with some advice, and I'll be right back. Alright Scorpio, I'm back with your advice. Real quick before I get into this, I just wanted to mention something that I sort of skipped over about the general energy, which sort of does play into this, which is that I was drawn to pull cards in groups of two, kind of 2 and 4, and so there's this very it's just more of that stability, right? More of that like stubbornness, more of that like this is where you are, and this is what you're doing, and the rest of everybody else is kind of, they're there, but they're not able to kind of shake your grounding, I guess. So let's get into this now. These are kind of showing me, again, coming into that element of like grounding and assuredness. Is that a word? Surety? I don't know. To kind of go with that in the sense of going after what you want, right? Go for what you want and avoid getting lost in the idea of perfection, or the idea of waiting for the perfect time or the perfect moment or the perfect conditions or whatever, because that's what may be kind of causing you to be a little bit, like I said, lashing out and have that bit of aggression. Is this idea, this sense that the things around you aren't perfectly fitting into your path or where you're going right now, right? And it's sort of like taking the same energy and making a choice of what to do with it, right? You have this energy of really like a strong sense of what you want or what you need or where you're going or what you're after or something like that, and rather than being nitpicky with it, to just put that into action, right? Go for there go for just go move towards what you want, right? Instead of focusing on the things that are in conflict with what you want. Focus on what you do want and go for it. It's very, the advice is very kind of in line, I'm getting, with what the general energy is. So you're probably, I guess, maybe going to be inclined to do that anyways, but maybe rather than just pushing everything else out in a sort of an aggressive and like reactionary way, to just switch your focus a little bit more and deal with those things kind of as they come, and a little bit more gently, I guess, which hopefully would be easier, maybe, if you're simultaneously also engaging with things that are what am I trying to say? Things that are in line with what you want, right? Places, things, people, that kind of thing. Move towards, I'm just rambling now, but move towards the ones that sort of fit with your worldview, and avoid really being so upset with things that don't, because sometimes things can't help it, you know what I mean? Those things are maybe just better to be avoided rather than to be lashed out against or met with anger or irritation, because it's not really like your job per se. Your job is more to direct yourself, I guess, is what this is saying, and to really go for it and to get into it. These are some intense cards. Hedonism card. The 2 in reverse is almost a sort of a codependency, but I'm getting a sense of it's just, like I said, move towards those things which you want. Okay, I'm going to stop saying that now because I've just said it 100,000 times. Hopefully this is helpful to you and gives you a little something to remember in August. Yeah, okay, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.